Okay, gang, really quick before we jump into the video. You may or may not know that I left academia a few years back for broadcasting, but teaching the next generation has and always will be on my heart. I've been broadcasting now through 3 election cycles, and I'm just sick at what the elites have done to our education system. So I decided to step up. My team and I have been working on this for well over a year now. I started a school, and I have absolutely massive plans to take it nationwide. The Worldview Institute of Entrepreneurship and Apprenticeship opens its first location in Lancaster, Pennsylvania on April 9th, and I want to invite you to the ribbon cutting. And I built a whole amazing event around it, so I want you to come and join me at the Kingdom Builders Experience, April 9th through 11th. You'll get an exclusive invite to the school's ribbon cutting. You'll be invited to a special Scotch and Cigars meetup with yours truly. I'll be lecturing at the school, plus we're hosting a Business Makers Summit where education meets opportunity. Now, seats are limited. Click the link below to learn more, and I can't wait to see you there.
Believe him. I think the biggest mistake of the last 8 years is we somehow fail to give credibility to Donald Trump's whims and his impulses, but we know it's true. And January 6th was a perfect example. If he says that he's not ruling it out, he's not ruling it out, and we should consider it a constitutional threat.
He's been pushing the envelope on testing the Constitution, so I expect, that he'll continue to do that, maybe by seeking out a third term.
Yeah, I think both of them are exactly right. Steve Bannon was on Joe Rogan's podcast the other day laying out the very groundling seeds of how it's going to go down. And he said, listen, we are working on it. By we, I mean the same people who work at the Heritage Foundation and these other well-funded, well-organized think tanks who are laying together the groundwork for things that actually come to pass.
They are utterly shell-shocked over at the ultra-left MSNBC as Trump affirms that he is most certainly considering a third term as president of these United States, and I'm going to show you precisely why this is an absolutely brilliant political strategy and why there's nothing Democrats can do to stop him. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, back in the studio to celebrate the dawn of a new golden age that you made possible on November the 5th. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Before we dive in, as you know, we look out for each other here on this channel, and your health is our #1 priority. Let's be honest, we're not getting any younger. And if you want to look and feel your best, you need to check out Pure Health Research. They have 45 premium health supplements designed to help with your every health goal, whether it's boosting your energy or trimming belly fat or supporting healthy blood sugar or pumping your testosterone up or even reducing swelling in your legs. Pure Health Research Supplement Store has you covered. Each formula is crafted with natural, non-GMO ingredients backed by clinical research and manufactured right here in the good old USA. And here's the best part. Pure Health Research is offering you an exclusive 35% discount. All you have to do is go to purehealthresearch.com and then use coupon code TURLEY at checkout. With their 365-day money-back guarantee, there is zero risk in trying something new. So why wait? Head on over to purehealthresearch.com right now, explore their 45 amazing supplements, and save 35% off before this deal ends with coupon code TURLEY. Don't miss this chance to feel your best.
President Trump called me this morning. We discussed a range of topics, including the possibility of him serving a third term. He's joked about it.
I've raised a lot of money for the next race that I assume I can't use for myself, but I'm not 100% sure.
But these were his most extensive comments yet. He told me he's not joking. He said there are methods by which you could do it, but he said it's far too early to think about it. He said he's focused on his current job.
So that's how the news broke. Kristen Welker over at NBC News confirmed that she had a private conversation with Trump and that he did, in fact, say he is very seriously looking at pursuing a third term. Now, how he would do that has yet to be spelled out or specified or determined, but it is something that is very seriously being pursued. I don't know if you know, there is something called the Third Term Project. It's spearheaded by Tennessee Representative Andy Ogles, who introduced a resolution back in January of 2025, where he's pushing for a constitutional amendment that would permit a president to be elected up to 3 times, provided their prior terms were non-consecutive, a condition tailored to Trump as the only living ex-president with non-consecutive terms. They've, of course, floated the notion of Trump running on as VP on a Vance Trump ticket, and then they would just swap roles upon being elected, with everyone knowing that they were supporting a Trump third term in the process. There's the possibility of Trump pushing the interpretation that the Constitution only forbids the serving of 2 consecutive terms, so there's no reason one can't serve after an interim period, things like that. But regardless, Myra Adams had a great piece from The Hill entitled "Trump's Third Term Tease is a Brilliant Political Strategy." Now, Adams, you should know, is an ultra-leftist disguised here as a journalist, okay? She is no fan of Trump, but even she recognizes the political brilliance in all of this. And her basic argument is that Trump's floating this third term idea effectively protects his entire second term from the lame duck curse, right? So second terms are notoriously bad and unsuccessful, historically speaking. Even Reagan's second term paled in comparison to his first, and it's largely because being a lame duck it strips the presidency of much of its political leverage. This is a problem that congressmen just simply don't have because they have no term limits. And so the donors and the lobbyists never stop coming to them. They always maintain political leverage and power. That's not true of a president. It's whatever. I mean, I don't know if this is an inadvertent effect from the constitutional amendment limiting the president to only 2 terms, but whatever it is, it has had the effect of basically stripping the second term of much of its political power, regardless of which party is in power. Trump, thus far, has effectively flipped that on its head. This is what makes Trump such an unprecedented standard bearer for the presidency. Trump is more powerful now in his second term than he's ever been. I mean, take a look at these polls. Have you seen these? These are the latest 5 approval polls for Trump. And we've never at any point in his political career ever seen anything like this. CBS 50%, Rasmussen 50%, YouGov 48%, Qantas 49%, RMG 52%. And remember, this is a cardinal rule on this channel whenever we're doing poll analysis when it comes to Trump. Trump always, have I said always? Always outperforms his polls. If an election were tomorrow and Trump was polling at around, say, 48%, he would get 50 to 51% of the vote. Always. He always outperforms his polls by at least 2 to 3 points. So if RMG is right, Trump is clocking in at around 55% approval, which is stunning for a president. If YouGov is right, and they never are, he's clocking in at 50 to 51%. Either way, we've never seen Trump amass so much popularity as he has now. Let's not forget, the numbers from November 5th were decisive and breathtaking. What you did on November 5th was nothing short of astonishing. Trump won the popular vote, a feat not achieved by a Republican in 20 years, with over 77 million votes, more than 2 million more than cackles Kamala. He was the first candidate in decades to sweep all 7 swing states. That even made Rosie O'Donnell become an election conspiracy theorist. She's like, there's no way anyone could do that, right? She's now hiding out in Ireland, and she was in an interview. There was definitely cheating. Nobody can sweep all 7 swing states. No one's done that before, as it were, right? He won 312 electoral college votes, 6 more than he won in 2016. He was the first Republican since 2004 to win Nevada, so he expanded the electoral map. More than 89% of all counties across the nation, remember that, 9 in 10 counties, 89%, shifted towards Trump. According to an analysis by the New York Times, Trump improved on his 2020 margin in 2,793 counties. His margin decreased in just 319 counties. Urban counties shifted to Trump by 5 points. Suburban counties, supposedly made up of an inordinate number of white women who were supposed to come out for Kamala, they shifted to Trump by 4 points. Counties with higher than a 25% black population shifted to Trump by 4. Counties with 25% or more Latino populations shifted to Trump by 10. Counties that are less than half white shifted to Trump by 7. And even counties with more than 50% college grads, the new centerpiece of the woke left, they shifted to Trump by 4. All told, Trump gained ground in 48 of 50 states since 2020. 48 of 50. I mean, we've just simply never seen anything like this before in modern political history. So Trump has effectively inverted the political leverage of his terms. His first term was politically dogged. He was frustrated. He had no friends in D.C. Ted Cruz refused to endorse him. Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell were literally laughing behind his back, knowing that the D.C. swamp would eat him alive. He was dogged by the Mueller-Russia collusion hoax investigation because his attorney general, Jeff Sessions, recused himself and surrendered to the obvious weaponization of the law. I mean, it was utterly ridiculous. But now, after being exiled into the wilderness for 4 years, Trump has returned to D.C. like a conquering Caesar and has amassed more political power and leverage than any second-term presidency we've ever seen in our lifetimes. And so then looping back to this piece in The Hill, this journalist is making the argument, I think quite astutely, that all of this third-term talk is a deliberate attempt at maintaining this political leverage and momentum. Trump sees the lame duck curse as one of the possible ways in which his political leverage could be thwarted. And he is effectively nullifying it by teasing the notion of a third term. It's brilliant. It also keeps Republican wannabes off balance, doesn't it? It tempers JD from becoming too politically opportunistic and seeking power in 2028. And of course, it makes the wacko left media flip out like we saw earlier with the MSNBC panel. I mean, again, it's brilliant in every way. So we'll see where Trump goes with this, but either way, no matter what he ultimately ends up doing, once again, President Trump is establishing himself as the new standard bearer, not just of the Republican Party, but of the presidency itself. Hey there, Turley Talker. You know what? I'd love to hear from you. That's why I'm launching the Dr. Steve Hotline, where you can call in, leave a question, and maybe even hear your own voice featured on an upcoming episode of the show. Whether it's about the latest political shakeup or cultural trends or how we keep pushing forward in this new conservative age, I want to know what's on your mind. Call me at 717-844-5984. Just leave your question. I'll be checking in every single week to answer as many as I can. Again, that's 717-844-5984. Your chance to be a part of the conversation. One more time, 717-844-5984. Give me a call and let's talk.